Hey there everyone, Lord Fidget here with another episode of Aether Raids Offense. Today's video covers the recently completed light season. I had a pretty smooth experience this time around. I did end up using Freya as my bonus unit for 4 of my teams, but then the last team I actually used the new seasonal Katarina instead. So that was a pretty interesting team. You'll see, actually, I am going to use that as the first battle of this video showcase thingamajigger. So let's go ahead and just get right into that. The first map is a space oppression-ish setup. Mia and Bernadetta are used as two ranged cavalry vanguards to kind of restrict the amount of space the enemy has open when they're trying to craft an approach. I would say that the biggest weakness for this map is definitely compositional. A good ranged tank, particularly one with a lot of def, should be a very simple win button for this setup, especially if you can place them on the right side to avoid the hell entirely. After that, I honestly don't see that this map posing too much trouble to a good ranged tank, so let's just go ahead and get into my approach. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and send in the Katarina raiding party for this battle. This is actually going to be pretty interesting in that Layla's actually going to be in enemy range on the first EP of enemy aggression, so that's going to be unusual, but she should be able to handle it pretty well. Let me go ahead and start things by breaking some stuff, and then I'll move Peony not here, because I want to move Milla into that space before Peony refreshes. Katarina's not going to get the Fortify Res bonus, is that okay? I think that should be fine, actually. I mean, the only res targeting enemy that's going to be hitting her anyway is Yoon, so yeah, that's okay. Alright, so, kick things off, reposition Layla straight up. She's going to go ahead and attack the Mia from the space below the Panic Manor. After that, she's going to swap with Katarina. Then I will move Milla up one space and over to the left. That will allow her to provide Nurturing Breath bonuses to Katarina on the enemy phase. Let me go ahead and warp Layla to Katarina, break the Panic Manor. Instead of attacking Bernadetta, Katarina will attack Bernadetta with a one-hit KO. Although it looks like she wouldn't have even come close to dying if Bernadetta had managed to get that shot off, which is quite interesting. I guess that's just the power of Flambeau and attack penalties, huh? Okay, so Dorothea was isolated, so she could neither receive the rally from you nor refresh, even if she had rallied. So she's going to attack into Layla. 15 damage is actually less than I was expecting for Layla's fragile defenses, but we'll take that. Then, poor Yoon deals a whole 6 damage to Katarina. Actually, I think Yoon does have a reversed +7 attack bonus from the Panic Manor down in the lower right corner. So I guess a random case of bonus structure actually helping. Although in this case, oh no, go away. Although in this case, it shouldn't have mattered just because Katarina's HP pool is so massive. Maybe if she weren't a bonus unit, that would have been a little more worrisome. But again, that's the most threatening thing she had to fight, so whatever. Interesting that the Hell decided to go straight down. That opens up the opportunity for me to grab these Aether structures without too much difficulty. Go ahead and move some stuff around. I'm guessing she still moves down into the right. Yeah, there she goes. And then, can Katarina KO the Hell? Oh, she can. So I can actually do this, have Layla take the Amphore, and then have Katarina finish the job. Not too bad.
I can't let you run. Forgive me.
The second map is a Savior setup. Faye does have AR far save. She's going to be able to help thwart 2-range attacker approaches. And then if you're trying to go with a 1-range attacker approach, you will have to deal with Gurgurant and attack Def Rain on Ashnard or Inevitable Death on Hell. Plus, of course, there's the Tanabaton on Silk, which is going to affect everybody except for Ashnard, so that could get annoying. I would say that weakness-wise, there's nothing really structural here. Obviously, the enemy's base threat range is not very high. However, I do feel that the AR far save and the stat reduction skills on Ashnard and Hell do help mitigate that a lot. I think the biggest weakness is actually the fact that Faye is not super optimized for enemy phase combat. In fact, her only enemy phase skills, I would say, are Courtly Bow and AR far save. The rest of it is kind of player phase heavy. I think she's probably just intended to help to help prevent two range attackers, and then go be able to deal with the likes of Brave Ike and Brave Edelgard. So you should be able to get an approach going by hitting her with a strong enough attacker. If you're going one range, I think you probably do need an armor effective unit, because attacking from one range from this starting position means that you have to deal with Gurgurant attack, Death Rain, and Inevitable Death, plus the Tana Baton. So you're going to need a lot of punch to break through that bulk, especially with the Courtly Bow mitigation. And then if you're going with a two-range attacker, I would say go ahead and try hitting the Ashnard, because that does take Faye out of the Tana Baton range, though you will still need to deal with Ashnard's Gurgurant and attack Death Rain, because he is still kind of treated as being on the map. So that's just something you have to keep in mind. And if you can manage one of those two approaches, I think you're probably good to go. This map is definitely a job for the Glimmer Gang. I'm going to kick things off by attacking Ashnard with Cecilia, interestingly enough. Well, I say Ashnard with Cecilia, but what really I mean is that Faye is going to take Ashnard's place and get KO'd instead, which I find quite entertaining. Interestingly enough, because of the Courtly Bow mitigation, Cecilia actually does require Glimmer to secure this matchup, so attacking Ashnard is also a requirement, because it takes Faye out of the range of Silk's Tana Baton. So 50% mitigation, she only takes 17% on the 17 damage on the first hit, but the Glimmer boosted hit's going to be a whopping 51. That'll take her right out. Then I can use a refresh and reposition operation to get Cecilia to safety, and then I can move Lysithea up a little bit so she can take out Ashnard on the next turn. He does have guard bearing, but she will be able to punch straight through and net the KO, and then we'll have to see what I do after that. Depends on how the enemies move. Okay, that's pretty interesting. So let me go ahead and kick things off by taking out the Ashnard. That's definitely the right call. And then I think I probably want to get rid of the Peony so I don't have to deal with any refreshing. I do worry about the Silk's large range, and of course the hill's also right there. So actually, let me take some thinking time here and make sure I've got all my ducks in a row on this one. Alright, I have assessed the situation and I've decided that there's no threat posed by the Silk. She does have impressive defenses, but unfortunately her offenses are not strong enough to do anything impactful here. I'm going to reposition Peony out to safety. She's probably going to attack into Peony, that should be fine. Let me move Frey up here. Maybe I can smite her up towards the M4A next turn with Milla? Not sure. We'll have to see how the turn plays out. Okay, maybe I don't want to do that since the Brahminmon's there. I'm pretty sure he can KO Freya. Let's see. Or, I don't know. I haven't run the numbers, and I really don't care to try, since I don't think I need to at all. This Brahminmon is very isolated. With the Glimmer, Lysithea should be able to delete the Hell. Actually, with that amount of damage, yeah, she just punched right through that guard bearing. Nice. Okay, cool. And then Cecilia can attack into the Silk. Okay, so she does get taken down to 1 HP thanks to Miracle. And then I can probably have either Milla or Freya finish the job. I'm actually not sure if Milla would have the punch to do that, just because her defenses are so good. We'll see. Okay, wow, she just manages to net the KO. Actually, now that I think about it, I do feel a little bit bad about having Milla take out Silk, since Silk is a pretty fervent Milla worshipper. Like, this is what you get for your years of service, Silk. Destruction. Oh well, couldn't be helped. I did want to move Freya up towards the Aether M4A, because I believe Lysithea should be able to one-hit the Brahminmon, which means that the best way to get the Aether structures, was to have Freya take this, and then Cecilia can grab the fountain, and then Lysithea can finish the job.
Stay far away from me.
And that is it. I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Aether Raids Offense. I had a lot of fun with the Katarina team, although I'm not sure if I'm going to be able to keep it going forward. It is really fun to run around just dropping a bunch of penalties on your enemies and then having Felflambeau totally ruin their stat lines. I do think that if I want to keep it, I'll have to find Katarina a B passive. I'd really love to. I like Katarina as a Fire Emblem character, so we'll have to see. I was thinking Mystic Boost maybe for the sustain, and to actually make it possible to drop her in front of staff units and have her not die a horrible, painful death to repeated attacks after getting refreshes. But then I remember that I don't have any Mystic Boost fodder, so oh well. Other options, maybe dull ranged. Vantage is kind of garbage. Quick riposte, I could maybe work with that. Honestly, beep passives for ranged flyers are not really in a great spot right now. There are not a whole lot of good options. So I'll have to think more on it. Anyway, next week we are going into Astra season. I am recording this audio during maintenance, so I actually don't remember what the bonus rotation is. But I'll just use one of the offense mythics. Yeah, I hope to see you all in a week for an Aether Raids Offense video covering that experience. So, as always, thank you all so much for watching, and I will catch you next time.